I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBM, we're diving into a fun and uplifting children's story. It is called Just Be, and it is written by Josh Shelton. This is the latest installment in his I Am Adventure book series. This beautifully illustrated and empowering story introduces us to Dee Dee, the busy-brained hamster, and Beulah, the heart-centered bulldog, as they learn the art of slowing down, breathing deeply, and simply being. Full of heart, humor, and wisdom, Just Be teaches kids the power of mindfulness and self awareness in a world that never seems to stop spinning. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him on TV today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Josh, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for giving me the platform to share the messages. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Let's talk about the series itself. What inspired the creation of the I Am Adventure series?
That's a wonderful question to try to keep it short. I think it's just a passionate desire to help to create change. I'm a father of two, and watching my kids grow up in the world. Um, it's just an idea whose time had come for us, really. I've always been artistic. I have a dear friend of mine, Sam, the illustrator, as you mentioned in your intro, that the illustrations are amazing. We just kind of came together, and I had a series of poetry I've always written, and it's just I threw that idea out there, like almost like it came through me, and it's 2018 we started, and it's just been since just after it. It's a 4 book series.
Mhm.
We just released Just Be, and yeah, it's just a passion. And I think at the core, it's just to make change and help the children and the adults and the parents and the educators of our world.
Absolutely. Is Just Be the fourth book or the third book? Tell us where
It,
it falls in the series.
it's the third book. The first book, Hey Tree, What Should I Be? The second book, Imagine a World, and Just Be, the third book. The one upcoming, which we are well underway with right now, is called I Am the Drop in the Ocean. It is a book series. They can be read individually, but there's just conscious driven principles that kind of weave throughout it, and just kind of in a fun, cheerful way addresses some of the timeless questions and things that we face, even for adults,
Yeah,
in the world.
absolutely. Absolutely. Give us an idea of the story. Tell us a little bit about Just Be. Give the folks at home an overview.
Yeah, well, Just Be is a story. It follows our characters. Our main character, who remains nameless throughout the series, he is the reader. He's the representation of you or I, whoever's reading the book.
Mhm.
And he has a little pet hamster named Dee Dee, who represents the hamster on the wheel, the running mind that just seems to never stop. And Bula is kind of the mirror for his heart, for his center, for his calm. And they just kind of it's just kind of an introspective journey, but also a very active journey, exploring creative ways to actively just be throughout your days, because we know, especially nowadays with the phones and the kids and the
Mhm.
instant gratification stuff that we're all faced with. The book really just kind of guides you on an adventure on ways to cultivate balance and presence, even during activities. And ultimately, they arrive at the realization of on that they can incorporate it into their busy lives. It takes quite a journey to get there, but ultimately, I think at the end, Dee Dee ends up burying his wheel, and he finds a happier way of existing.
Exactly. Talk to us about some of those ways of finding balance and presence in our busy lives.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the what people think it's so difficult, like they have to just shut it all off and sit and hum for an hour. It's not necessarily that. It's the little things make a big difference, like
Mhm.
taking your shoes off, sitting out in the grass with your bare feet on the grass
Mhm.
for 5 minutes, going for a walk in the park. It's basically just the littlest things make a difference in there. There's 5 or 6 specific things that kind of guide you to it. Picking a flower, going for a walk, just anything small,
Yeah.
breathing. In the story, it makes a comment about, what if I'm busy and I just don't have more than a minute? Well, then you can take 59 seconds, sometimes just two
Mhm.
or three breaths, just
Yeah.
to get from here down into here, reset. It's in our busy world. Most of us don't have time to chunk out hours of a day to try to find center. It's just being mindful as you go about it, kind of having the relationship of your thoughts being visitors and not letting them just kind of run your entire experience. It's just, checking in with yourself throughout your day,
Yeah,
amongst
a
many other
matter of
things.
being unplugged. I mean,
Yeah,
just to
unplugged.
put this device away for
100%.
like an hour or two is great
Yeah.
inspiration for families and children. Who's your
Yeah.
target audience for this book?
This book, of all three of them, transcends ages. Well, they all do. We're doing assemblies. We are working with schools. I'd say, preschool up through, 6th, 7th, 12th, 13 years old. But my most favorite reviews, and we've got them more than once, well, for all the books, but especially this one, is just the parents, reaching out and, thanking me and basically saying, well, I was just reading this to my youngster, but
Mm.
man, this is almost as much for me, my inner child, the reminder, because, it just gets busier and busier and busier. Sometimes the younger you are, they're like, when you're born into the world, like, you are just you're simple. And then, the layers of things you have to do kind of compound. And so, yeah, short answer to your question is, the youngsters, but for the inner child of everybody, I've gotten a lot of great feedback from parents and educators on how important that reminder, that message is for them in their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Beulah the bulldog based on a real life bulldog?
Yeah, you better believe it. My entire life, we just call them our little house pigs. I don't have any myself. My dad has Bula. The
Mm.
bulldog exists. He's real. But there's been a series, and we dedicated this book to, I think, if you read it, I think the first page has 7 or 8 names of bulldogs throughout life, and they are literally a great manifestation. I mean, that is pretty much what they do. Oh, they eat periodically between just being, but for the most part, they are a pretty good reminder on just being present. So yes, he's very real, and the hamster is as well. He's no longer with us, but my son, when he was younger, just wanted a hamster, and I mean that guy, he just lived on his wheel. So it's kind of a perfect little representation of the mind for our story.
How have your children reacted to the stories?
Oh, that's been awesome. I think the ripple effects of some of these books, it shows them that you can do anything you set your heart out to. It's been a guide. It's definitely guided some of my daughter's decisions in her growing life. She's 19 now. Hey Tree, What Should I Be? Our first book, not to get off of just be, but
Sure.
some of the core messages of that is to follow your heart throughout life, and that you don't need to pick one thing to be. I mean, I wasn't an author until 6 years ago. It's like
Mm.
it kind of showed them that if you truly follow your heart and follow your passion, and you lean into it, and you don't let the infinite distractions that come
Mm.
from the function of life get in your way, that you can really do great things. And I've seen ripples. That's my favorite part of these books, is the ripples effects that I know that I don't even know many of them that are out there, but I do see them in my children. And there's a sense of pride and wonder. And it's helped guide some of their paths in life already, which is really exciting and a wonderful fruit of the labor.
That's great. Let's go through the series. So book one is called what?
Hey Tree, What Should I Be?
Okay.
Its core message of Hey Tree, What Should I Be? Is it's a follow your heart message. Navigate the ever-changing nature of life. Our little main character is a little fella in this book, and his main guides are the caterpillar that turns into a butterfly, and the tree as it cycles through fall and spring and summer. And just follow your heart as you explore that mind-bending question that youngsters get when they're in kindergarten. What do you want to be when you grow up? Or you kind of imagine, like, whoa, okay, like I got to pick that now.
Yeah.
So that's book one. Book two, Imagine a World. That's a creative power of thought book at its core. How important your thoughts are in the creation of your reality and experience, and it empowers readers, young and old, to create their lives and their world through intent and through thought. And then Just Be is about being present in the moment. We've discussed that. And then book four, I Am the Drop in the Ocean, which is it was one of it's hard to pick a favorite, but that one kind of wraps the whole series together. It transcends all walks of life, forms of religion, just the connectivity, as the drop makes its way back to the ocean. It's just kind of a good metaphor for us is what we're doing here. So they are, I have many other transcripts, but these four were the ones that just worked together, and it's just like a little miniature hero's journey for packaged into children's books. So
Very
that's it in a
cool.
nutshell.
And you and Sam have a kind of Lennon and McCartney collaboration going on here. You
Well
write
put.
the lyrics, he writes the music. You write the prose, he actually writes, he actually draws the pictures. Tell us
Yeah.
how that's worked out.
That has been one of the most awesome co-creative experiences I've embarked on in this life. I have the transcripts, and we it's just a we both we get together. Oftentimes it starts we grid it out as a comic, put some phrases out there, and we just develop concepts. I draw too, not in the realm of Sam, but I'll spend time drawing. We've probably illustrated these things a few times, but because we'll get an idea and then that'll change this, and this. It's an honoring of the process, and not being attached to any specific ideas, and it's just kind of a vetting process of going through the whole creation process. It's but very fulfilling, challenging, but in a wonderful way. I said many times, it's like I've known Sam since he was young, and we grew apart and didn't talk to each other for 10 years or so, if not more. And he just popped back in, and it's almost like an idea whose time had come. And I always say I'll be thinking something, and he'll say it. It's that kind of a thing where you just kind of get on a wavelength, and just go. It's like a
Yeah.
fire, creative
Very, very
fire.
cool. Friendships are like that. They can
Yeah,
rekindle instantly once you guys get back together. Um,
yeah.
how has writing this series changed your own approach to slowing down and just being?
Oh, I immensely. They are all reminders. I honestly think someone asked me in an interview back in the day that it really struck me as like, did you write these because maybe you needed these, or as a kid, or now? And I'm like, well, yeah, definitely a big piece. Just like, we're all mirrors, and I want to help the world, but in the same way, you're absolutely right. In order to finish Just Be, that one took the longest because it was important to us to incorporate the principles of the book to help draw the highest product out of it. So
Mhm.
we definitely, in the creative process of Just Be, incorporated that. Oftentimes we'd start with just a meditation, or if we were hit a wall, we'd sit and just kind of empty ourselves. And it absolutely has helped remind me consistently as I reread them, as I share them, as I hear others tell me what things they're helping them do or what it's showing them. It's a constant reminder. Hey, you have to be open to that reminder, but I
Yeah.
definitely am. And it's been yeah, critical in my path.
Yeah, it's a good reminder to me too. I'm thinking about getting a cell phone free couple of hours every
It's
day, so
huge.
I'm not constantly on it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this before you leave. Have you
Yeah.
envisioned these stories in other forms of media, such as a TV series for kids or something like that, or a series of videos?
Oh, we certainly have. We oftentimes when we create these, I see the pages in movement, in action, and in animation, and we do have some leads, and we are looking into some of that right now. All of our creative efforts are being put into completion of Eye on the Drop in the Ocean, and then after that, we are absolutely going to pursue uh, just the other avenues like that. Like I said, I see the pictures, like they're still pictures, but in my head, it plays like a movie. It's like I can already see it. I just need the right players.
Exactly, exactly. Well, you've
Yeah,
created the right players. You've got Beulah, you've got
yeah,
Dee Dee,
yeah,
and you've got a wonderful series here that I think is really going to strike a chord with children and parents because I think taking stock of what we have in life outside of all the digital age is really,
mm,
really an important reminder to all of us. The name of the book we've been focusing on today by Josh Shelton is Just Be. It is the latest installment in his series. I Am Adventure book series. It is a beautifully illustrated and empowering story that introduces us to two characters that you will just love as they learn the art of slowing down, taking a deep breath, and simply being. Here we go.
yes.
We'll do all
I
our
love it.
poses. Josh, thank you so much for joining us here today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure's been all mine. I appreciate your insight, your wisdom, and the great work you've done on these books. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on the Global Book Network.